So today at the restaurant, we're going to be talking about three different things. The first one is, do we prefer credit card or cash, and what are the advantages and disadvantages? The second thing we're going to talk about is a server staff bank. We don't have a register at the restaurant, and it's for a reason. And the last thing we're going to talk about is how we split our tips, how much tips we receive, and what are the percentages of where does the tips go? Where do the tips go? But for the first topic, someone commented credit card or cash. I 100% believe credit card is a lot better. Let's just go down the list on why. Credit cards will increase sales and tips. That's the transaction. It's a lot more convenient for customers and for us as well. Record keeping and recording is a lot clearer. And then there's a lower risk of human error. We can go down the list on each one. Some of them are pretty self-explanatory. Increased sales and tips. Well, just that one thing, I can knock out 3 down the list. It increased sales and tips because, it's easier for customers to just use a credit card. It's a lot more accessible nowadays. It's a lot more of the norm nowadays. Transactions are faster. It's a lot more convenient. Self-explanatory. Lower risk of human error. When carrying cash, cash can get loose. Cash can get lost. And then cash can also, you can forget to deposit it. It's also a lot harder to keep track, which also knocks out record keeping and recording. But why do I think credit card is the most important? Is not for these reasons. The most important thing for why credit cards are so important is the record keeping and the credibility. When you start out as a small business, when you start out any business, you typically cannot get a loan because people who lend business loans require some type of credibility or record keeping, or to see if you are a profitable business. So it's very hard to start up a business, and that's what stops a lot of people. That stops a lot of small businesses from starting, is because of the lack of capital. So when you do eventually save up enough capital to start a small business, or you lend money from someone, if you don't want to repeat this process again, you need to have a good 2 years of ongoing business and sales that shows that you are profitable. So in order to get more money, to expand your business, and in order to lend money, you need a good record keeping of your profitability. Yeah. And that's why I think credit card's a lot better than cash. If you open a small restaurant, you want to open a second one, you want to open a third one, you need to borrow from the bank, you need the a W-2 from the restaurant, or for the restaurant. A business W-2. The second topic is, how do I run my restaurant without a register? There's a couple reasons why I don't have a register at the restaurant. One is for safety purposes. Living in Seattle, there's a lot of break-ins, so I'd rather not have cash at the restaurant. And then 2, cash can get lost easily. It's a lot harder to manage. So I have the staff, my servers, bring their own cash in order to use it as a staff bank. How does that work? Well, before I was gonna have the other person here demonstrate with me, but it proven to be too complex. So we're gonna use you as a customer and then me as a server. So it can get pretty complicated. So let me explain this slowly. You as a customer is ordering a $12 pho. I as a server will give you change back. So you as a customer is ordering a $12 pho. You gave me $15 in cash. Thank you. I as a server will reach in my pocket to give you $3 back. At the end of the day, if this was the only cash transaction, I owe the restaurant $12. So I have $15 in hand from the customer. I owe the restaurant $12. So I'm gonna give the restaurant $12. Now, what do I do with the 15, or now I have $3 left over? What does that mean? It means no money was lost. Because I as a server only owe the restaurant $12. Even though I gave $3 change to the customer, because I've received the 15 and I only give 12 to the restaurant, I still have that $3 back. Now, what happens when a customer tips? So, you give me 15, thank you. I give you $3 back. You're welcome. You give me a $2 tip, thank you. So now I have $17. Now, how much do I owe the restaurant still? I still owe them $12, which means I have $5 left over. So with the $5 left over, I got a $2 tip. It's not a $5 tip because I owe the restaurant $12 and I had to give 3 back, but he gave me 2 back. But you gave me 2 back. As a customer, you gave me $2 back. So now I have a $2 tip. Rewatch it if it doesn't make sense. If it makes sense, comment below, because it took, sometimes it takes my kid a little bit to understand that. Even me explaining it right now, I'm getting mixed up. So let me know if you understand that. And yes, it's very helpful. None of my kids ever complain about it. They usually bring $100 in cash, and then sometimes a lot of people bring $100 bills. I would give them some change, but there hasn't really been a problem. Cash was never mixed up. Cash was never stolen. Now let's talk about tips. I'm not here to talk about tips if you like it or you dislike it, if people deserve it or they don't deserve it. I'm not here to talk about that. I'm talking about people tip us. What do I do with it? How do I split it? Let's say people tip us and my server earned $100 a day or a shift. With that $100, 70% of it goes to the server, 30% of it goes to the kitchen. So that means server takes $70, kitchen gets $30. That's it. That's my tip percentage. People do get taxed on top of credit card tips, so if you can, give cash tips. Other than that, I don't have much to say about it. If you guys learned anything new or liked the video, please like or drop a comment below, and please subscribe, because I'm trying to get it big, trying to help spread business awareness and transparency. But I'll be doing more in the future. I want to open a little skewer stall outside. So in order for me to do this and share my journey, please subscribe. Thank you.